Okay, gang, welcome to the Hideout, and today let's see how Sarge 1911 celebrates the 4th of July. Okay, everybody, welcome to the Hideout. We're going to do something different today. We're going to celebrate the 4th of July. You know, I've heard some talk over the last few months about some of the liberal side of the party say, we don't need cannons. I beg to differ. Sarge 1911's got his own cannon. Yeah, I kind of made it from some pieces of fence post and this and that and picked up some parts. But let's look at it real quick, and then we're going to go outside, you know, and make it go boom. Let's see what we got. We got some 4x4 posts. We got some more pieces of metal that actually come from fence post material and stuff. You can see how I placed them together. This is what I'm calling spades. For you guys who know a little bit about artillery, there's a piece that drops down in the back. These dig in the ground to keep the freaking thing from just rocking backwards too far. I got two pieces bolted together here. I got two wheels I got at Harbor Freight. I got another part of the artillery piece here. Got a piece of pump pipe bolted on the bottom to keep my tires together and everything. All fine and dandy, but then I got the cannon. Now, some people may call it a mortar because it's got a short barrel on it. I'm going to basically tell you how it works. Back some odd years ago, Mrs. Sarge 1911 bought me a magazine, something like the Frontier American or American Frontier or something, magazine that you find at the airport. In there was an ad from an old boy up in Pennsylvania who made cannons. Well, me being an old artillery guy, by God, I had to have one. So what I did, I ordered the cannon, and then I fashioned up my own little piece here, and we're going to get it out and rock and roll with it. But you could elevate it to set the elevation on it. You got a little handle here to lock it in. And then if you want to change anything else, you just have to, the direction of the azimuth, you just have to rotate the can a little bit. It's very fundamental, but you know it's solid, it's safe, it's heavy duty steel, it's fun, and it's just a big time. Now, how you fire this thing, you fill it up with black powder. You put a 22 nail gun or a 22 blank in there. Now you can order it with a fuse, but you know, we didn't want to do that too much trouble. And then you got the pigtail rest here, and here's our firing hammer that goes off on our 22 right here. So as I pull the pigtail lanyard, boom, it goes off. Now, some people just who don't know anything about artillery, this is a pigtail. We're gonna load it with this. I don't have an ejector or anything, so I have to take my little pliers and pull the primer out. But you know, guys, artillery guys go back since, you know, Revolutionary War. Prior to that, the first field artillery battery was Hamilton's battery, the 5th Field Artillery. What else can I tell you? They were known as Red Legs during the Civil War because they had a red stripe down the side of their pants. Some people call them cannon cockers, some people call them gun bunnies. There's all kinds of military slang for artillery guys, but you know what it is? If you'll look at anywhere, what they're going to tell you is field artillery is the king of battle. And that's what they tell you, that's what they teach you, and you find it on t-shirts and everything else. You know, I can snipe from 20 miles away, or I can snipe from 100 yards, depending on how I put this thing. So I mean, you get within 2 or 3 feet of your target from 20 miles away, I don't need to be that close. But then again, when you do get close and 100 yards away, you just drop it in direct fire and I'm mowing you down at 100 yards. But anyway, it's all fun. You know, like I said, some guys think we don't need to have one, but we do. I've lost my artillery shell here. Here it is. Let me grab it real quick. Somehow it got moved. I don't know how that could have happened. This is what we fire out of. We take a can, cut the top out, put cement in it, drop it down in there, and fire it off. Now this thing goes just about 1.5 pounds or so, maybe a little more, close to 2 pounds. And I can get with, I'm gonna say about 400 grains of black powder, I can get a couple hundred yards out of this thing. Plenty plenty to have a good time, a little celebration, get to smell that burnt powder. Booyah, you know what I'm saying? It's all fun and games, but you know what? I can build my own freaking cannon. You can build your own freaking shotgun with a can of, you know, some pump pipe or something. You know, it's the American way. That's what it is. We find a way to do what we want to do. We find a way to be free. And this is one of the things that helped us be a free nation is artillery, muzzle loading guns, and good old black powder. So just as a little celebration today, I thought it'd be appropriate to bring it out. I hadn't fired it in a few years. Just bring it out and see if I can't get a little smoke to roll. So let's go outside and see what happens. Okay, gang, we're out at the range with the M10 light your ass up cannon that belongs to Sarge 1911. It's a hell of a lot of fun. And I'm gonna walk through it a little bit at a time. You know, we gotta move a little bit slow because this thing can really, you'll see when it goes off. It can be dangerous, just like anything else that's firearm related. You know, it's violent, but it's controlled violence, and that's what we're after. What I got here is some black powder only. This is what I pull my spent casing out of. This is what I use to measure. This is my 22 cap. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to worry too much about anything on the first round. But what I am going to do is put one of these 22 blanks in there. Let's see this. These are several years old. I'm expecting they're still working. I'm going to put one down in the primer hole. And then I'm going to take my pigtail and I'm going to see if you'll see this rotate up and hit this. I'm going to see if it actually fires. And it does. So that tells me for all purposes, if I get my powder down in there right, I should have a nice little, you know, charge to get my artillery pieces down the road. So what I'm going to do, I measure my powder out by the tablespoon. I'm going to elevate it way up, put my powder in. Now, you old artillery guys know that when you start loading those artillery pieces, they either have to come down, but you've got all your powder in a charge, a white bag or a green bag charge. And you guys who don't know, I understand, it's just gunpowder that's in a bag, and then that bag is so big around is either in a white bag or a green bag. We don't have that luxury. We're doing it old school. We're doing it Revolutionary War style. We're doing, you know, as to gain our independence. So I'm going to take and measure me a couple of tablespoons of black powder down there. And granted, old Sarge, you know, he likes a little power, so I'm going to go one and a dab and one and a dab plus a dab. How about that? You know, it ain't perfect. I'm going to put the lid back on there, set it over to the side a little bit. Make sure my powder's all down in the bottom. Now I'm going to do a Diet Coke. You see this is a pretty heavy piece of round. Now I'm going to take my elevation and I'm just got to guesstimate. And I'm going to move it around here and kind of point it at my gongs that are over 200 yards down there. And then I'm going to stick these spades down in the ground. Kind of push them down. Now here's where you got to really be careful. Once that primer goes in, buddy, you could actually trip and hit that and be SOL. You know, gang, let me just say it. This is not a toy. It's for me to tinker with. It is not a damn toy. I think you're going to find that out here in a minute. Now, it could be we don't get what we're looking for this time, and if that's so, we'll just make an adjustment and try it again. But look here, I need to be careful. Make sure my feet are away from it. I'm going to put it in there. We'll stand up here. I'm going to place my foot down here just to hold it. Booyah! Oh hell, way over 200 yards into the trees across the pond. Yeah, let's try that again. Bam! Right at the edge of the pond over there. Booyah! Get it up, loaded up here. I'm having a little more trouble than I usually have, but I tell you the truth, I'm getting the hang of it again because I remember now how to load the thing appropriately. So I'm gonna tilt the elevation up, get my black powder. Then I got the lid on too tight. Bear with me. This is how you do it old school, man. Revolutionary War days. We gotta put some powder in there. Oh, it smells good though, I'm telling you. You know, it's all American smell, just like apple pie. Is it fun? Yeah, does it smell good? Yeah. All right, now, this will probably be the last round for today. We're celebrating the 4th of July, Independence Day. Our freedoms, our right to keep and bear arms, regardless what is. No, they didn't have machine guns back in the 1700s, but you can bet your last ass buck if they could have, they would have. You know what I'm talking about? So today, we're making do with what the liberals will let me have, and that's my own cannon. Here we go. 4th of July, fire in the hole. And we got a little splash out of it, and that's what we're looking for. Guys, I enjoy shooting the cannon. It'll make you one. Get online, order them. Guys up in Pennsylvania, I don't know, I'm not gonna tell you, I don't want to get the YouTube strike, but here's the deal. You're free American. Act like it. Get out there, say what you want to say. Don't show your ass and burn freaking cars down and shit like that. You know, that's not American. That's some kind of bullshit, pansy ass way of crying. If you want to be heard, do it the right way. Write letters. Protest if you want to, but don't burn nobody's damn business down and shit. What about was your business? Act right. Being a freaking adult instead of a little kiss-ass little kid. So, be an American. Have some patriotism. And I know right now it's really hard to be proud to be an American, but you still are an American. Or most of you watching this probably are. So until we get to shoot again, shoot safe and shoot straight. Happy 4th of July. HOOAH.